Alright guys, let's get cracking. Oh! So, what I thought I would do in light of my previous videos about the recall work on the shaft drive is just compile a list of all the recalls that have been issued for the standard R1200 GS and also the GS Adventure. So let's just get cracking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list these in the order in which they were released, the earliest being the first one. And what I'll do is I'll leave the link down below for the website which I got all this information from, in case you want to go into it a little bit further. And also the BMW Motorrad recall link, I shall leave that down below as well, and you can check to see if your bike needs any work or if it doesn't. I would just check it anyway, just for the hell of it. It doesn't cost anything, and also more importantly, it doesn't cost anything to get it fixed. So, I mean, if you're in the market for a second-hand GS, especially if you're going to buy private, I would 100% check that this work that I'm about to mention has been done. Chances are it has been, especially if it's been to a BMW dealership to be serviced, but just check anyway. It won't hurt to check. Better to be safe than sorry, I say. So let's start with the first recall. This is for the standard R1200 GS. Now the reference number on this one is RM2008050, and don't forget, I'll leave you the link down below for all this information as well. And this was issued on the 28th of the 3rd 2008, and the reason for concern is the gearbox may fail. The reason for the recall is loss of drive may occur due to gearbox failure, and the remedy is to recall the machines that are likely to be affected to replace the gearbox with a quality assured unit. And this affects the R1200 GS, the standard model. So that's the first one. The second recall is RM2008048, and again this is for the standard R1200 GS. This was issued on the 17th of the 11th 2008, and the reason is a fluid leak may result in brake failure. It has been identified that vibration can cause the flaring of the front brake pipe, I think by pipe I think I mean line, front brake line to crack, resulting in a, that might mean pipe, I don't know, I think it means line. Anyway, front brake pipe to a crack resulting in a brake fluid leak. If allowed to continue unrectified, front brake failure may result. So this is a big one. The remedy is recalled machines will have the subject brake pipe replaced. And again, that is for the standard R1200 GS. All right, recall number 3. This is RM2010008, and again, this is for the standard R1200 GS. The reason for concern is, this was released on the 16th of the 6th 2010. The reason for concern is front brake pipes or front brake lines may leak. The front brake lines may leak brake fluid, which can be noticed in the first instance by seepage of fluid from the front hose and a lowering of the level in the reservoir. The next stage of failure would be a spongy feeling to the brake control and dripping fluid from the brake hoses. If all the previous indicators have not been noted and rectified, the brakes will eventually not apply. Again, these are massively important things to get sorted. The remedy is recall the machines that are likely to be affected to check which brake hoses are fitted, and if not the latest version, fit new brake hoses. So this is for the standard R1200 GS. Dated from 2006 to 2008. Okay, so that's that one. So the fourth one, we're getting through them. Recall number RM2014007. This is for the standard R1200 GS. And this recall date was issued on the 1st of the 4th, 2014. And the reason for the recall is rain moisture may enter the side stand switch and cause the engine to cut out or not to start. The remedy is replace the side stand switch. So this is for the standard R1200 GS, dated from 2012 to 2013. So that's that one, that's number 4. Number 5, here we go. Recall reference number RM2014013. The date of issue was the 13th of the 6th, 2014. The reason for the issue is oil may leak onto the rear tyre. There is a possibility that pulsating oil pressure can cause the shaft sealing ring at the gearbox output to be dislodged from the gearbox housing. If this situation is not noticed by the rider, the leaking oil can contaminate the rear tyre, which can lead to a higher risk of collision or the rider being unseated. The remedy is to fit a retainer to the gearbox. And this is for the standard R1200 GS. That's the 5th one. The 6th one, and we've got one more after this one. The 6th one is recall reference RM2017020. The recall date was the 10th of the 7th, 2017. And the reason for concern is front suspension could fail. Now I've seen this one on the internet on some GS forums. There was a guy, I think in South America, he went over quite a severe rut in the road or pothole or whatever you want to call it, and his fork tubes at the top pretty much came apart from the rest of the bike, and it resulted in a crash, and he got quite severely injured. And I think he managed to get quite a significant amount of money from BMW. I'm not too sure, but either way, let's have a look. Recall reference RM2017020. This is for the standard GS, dated from 2013 to 2017, and the Adventure from 2013 to 2017. So the reason for the recall is the fixed fork tube can suffer preliminary damage due to unusual incidents with momentary high stress without the user noticing the damage. Through longer use with high stress, the pressed in seal plug can loosen. This usually leads to oil leaks on a clacking noise, as well as increasingly imprecise drivability. If these signals are not perceived or ignored and further high stress incidents occur, the plug may become completely loose. Subsequently, critical driving conditions cannot be ruled out. So again, another massive one. This has been done to my bike, and I will show you what it looks like now so you can compare it to your own. Yeah, so just make sure you have this piece here that I'm touching on the top of your fork leg here. So that's the reinforcement that they put on. There it is there. Remedy is recall the machines that are likely to be affected and retrofit with an additional fixed fork bush, or if the preliminary damage is too much, the front fixed tubes are replaced by appropriately modified new parts. Again, that's for the standard GS from 2013 to 2017 and the Adventure from 2013 to 2017. Okay, last one. Now, this was, if you saw my previous video about the rubber valve being inserted into the shaft drive to try and alleviate the moisture buildup in the shaft drive housing, this is basically a carry-on from that. So they have since released, they've given out letters to all GS owners saying it's not a recall as such, it's more a preventative measure. And they will replace your shaft drive for free. Not the housing, but the actual shaft drive inside itself. And they'll check it out for you. So there is no actual recall number for this one because it isn't classed as a recall. But you should. What I'll do is I'll leave the link below for the video in regards to this situation, and that goes into a lot more detail. And I'll leave the links down below for everything as well. So there you go, guys. All of those are pretty massively important things to get checked out. So like I said, the links down below for where I got this information from, and the BMW Motorrad website link where you can put in your VIN number and check what work, if any, has been done to your bike. Hopefully it's all been done. So guys, that is it. Just putting it out there. If you know of any other sort of recall situations that I haven't mentioned here, say it down below and I'll pin it so everybody can see it, and hopefully everybody can benefit from it as well. All right guys, that's it. Cheers, take care, see you soon.